Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is your...
It's hard to be a Jew on Christmas.
last photo news fix of 2023. This fix is brought to you by the fully restocked store.FroKnowsPhoto.com. That's right, if you've been wanting to grab an I Shoot Raw shirt, now is the best time. That means this vintage t-shirt is back in stock, and so is the Back to the Future and, the Space Edition ones, as well as the black, red, yellow, blue, orange, and stealth I Shoot Raw shirts, OG style. Oh, and I also should tell you that the mystery random t-shirt is now available for $11.11 that might include the Tron or He-Man, Stranger Things, or Silicon Valley editions. Or if you pick all four, you might end up with 4 different ones, but you will get 4 random ones from those 4. To grab a shirt or 12 of them right now, head on over to store.FroKnowsPhoto.com. First up, this is the 50th and last photo news fix of 2023. There will not be one next week, as everyone but Manny the Menorah, heck yes, and myself will be off for the rest of the year. Now, with that being said, thank you for choosing to get your photo news each and every week from me, the most trusted name in all of photo news.
Oh, you're right.
Hey, if I say it, it must mean it's true, right?
You're always right.
Anyway, thank you. Last week, we reported on a Nikon rumor story that was trying to figure out what body Nikon would be using for a supposed high-speed, smaller megapixel camera, which I still don't think is actually a thing. Well, this week, Nikon rumors hit us with what they are saying are some of the Z6 III camera specs, and here they are. Nikon Rumors claims they were expecting it to be released in 2024 between January and April with a new 24.5 megapixel sensor. Now mind you, it's not a stacked sensor. Now it's said to have better ergonomics from the Z6, though Nikon's entire line of cameras feels good in the hands, except for the ZF and ZF-C, because those feel like shit. No, Dan, take the poo back, because these are actual facts.
Fact is a term demanding an equal answer with a...
Remember, I'm the news source here. A flat fact. They go on to say it will have 6K ProRes RAW video support, pixel shift, vari-angle LCD screen, higher frames per second than the Z6 II, Nikon Z8 or similar focusing system, which isn't possible when one is a stacked sensor and the other doesn't exactly have that. It will still have a mechanical shutter, and the design will be a hybrid between the Z6 and Z8, with it being larger than the current Z6. Look, Nikon's not going to make the Z6 III match the Z8, which matched the Z9. The Z6 III will more than likely update the body, the sensor, and the AF should match that of the ZF-C, which was way better than the Z6 II. The biggest question here should be, is the Z7 line done? Question mark?
Who typed a question mark?
Now, what do you think? Let me know down below. Hey, don't forget we have a podcast. There's plenty of episodes to check out from 2023. Go to FroKnowsPhoto.com/podcast or search FroKnowsPhoto Raw Talk wherever you get your podcasts. And finally, Canon Rumors has pointed out 2 RF lenses have appeared in recent patent filings, and one of them I would love, and the other, well, it doesn't seem to make much sense at first. First, the one that doesn't make sense is for an RF 70-200 2.8 IS-USM. Now, if you're saying to yourself, isn't there already an RF 70-200 2.8? The answer to that question is yes. So what is the difference? Well, the difference is the new one would be internal zooming versus external. Now, one of the strangest choices Canon has made in my mind is going with the external zooming design for the RF 70-200 2.8. Yes, it's smaller and compact and easier to travel with, but the zoom throw is too long in my opinion, making this lens unbalanced when trying to zoom and shoot at the same time. Do you want to know who got their 70-200 2.8 right on the second try? Who? Sony. Sony's 70-200 2.8 version 2 is one of the best 70-200 2.8s I've ever used. And though Canon's current 70-200 2.8 is fantastic, many people have complained about it being an external zoom. Now, honestly, I can't see Canon replacing the current 70-200 2.8 with a new one anytime soon, but if they do take a page out of Sony's book and make it lighter, faster, and better, then maybe they would be justified. And the second Canon lens patent is for an RF 70-150 f2 IS-USM. Yeah, You heard that right, a 70-150 f2.
It'd be really cool.
This would pair perfectly with a 28-70 f2 and maybe leave open the door for a future 200 f1.8 or f2. Now, I've said it a million times, even though the 28-70 f2 is a zoom, I kind of consider it a prime zoom. Now, I know you can't have a prime that is a zoom, but the 28-70 is like having a ton of primes all in one. It's honestly the reason that I switched from Sony over to Canon a few years ago. Now, if Canon does release a 70-150 f2, I do expect it to be large, in charge, and probably $4,000. The good news is, I just traded in the last of my Nikon F-mount glass, as well as 2 Z lenses that I purchased in case I ever decided to shoot Nikon, which will probably never happen again, but I traded them into Brandon over at Alan's Camera, which means I've got myself some store credit to use as soon as something new comes out. And there you have it. That's your last photo news fix of 2023.
Happy New Year!
Thank you guys very much for watching. Jared Polin, FroKnowsPhoto.com. See ya.